uh, um, Tigra, let's go ahead and talk about some cool things coming up. So, as you guys know, I was working on this figure just because my other one's arm broke, and it's kind of fun because it's a battle armor mosquito. So now he can have battle damage, and the purple matches his purple belt. So I went ahead. Oh, let me do my sound check. Yep, it's working. All right, so but the problem is when you change out your battle armor stuff on the top, right there. Let me add a light so you guys can see. Then we'll jump into Tiger when some more people join on. Is on the top, as you can see, you can still see Skeletor's blue color up there. And so my thought is I'm just going to dye that black. So I did get some black Rit dye. Here it is right here. And I'm probably going to do this tonight. I might even make a video while I'm doing it to show you guys how to do it for fun while I'm testing it out. I'll probably take and pull the arms off and then paint it on real thick and let it soak and then wash it off and see how it works. So that's my plan. And then afterwards, let it sit and soak in, and not soak in, but dry, and then I'll put the arms back on. So that should hopefully fix that. And then because I really don't care that much about Mosquito, he'll probably end up on eBay eventually. So you'll probably have a chance to win this this Mosquito once he's all done. I guess you'd stick it in that way. So there he is. And I'll probably also do the neck peg black as well. So that way it will kind of match better. Anyway, looks like you got some people online now. So let's go ahead and get started on Tigra, because that's what we're here for. Hey, Anthony. Hey, Dorky Hippie 81. Thanks for joining us, you guys. So, first of all, I bought this figure because when I was a kid, my brother used to have all the comics, and he'd loan to me to read and stuff, my older brother. And so, this is one of the comics that he had, and I remember reading this comic, and he had the whole series to this. And it was like, this really intrigued me. It's so cool. Here's this tiger-like were-woman. It's like, wow, the were-woman. And I just thought it was the coolest thing ever, you know. And, she stalks the night, half-human huntress, prying on those who would pry on you. Boom, boom, boom. Then it talks about the history of it, of how she started out, and something happened. And because of that, there she is being her powers and stuff in her yellow and blue suit. Then she gets shot in the back. And then these cat people decide to turn her into a cat person to save her life. And bada bing, bada boom, she becomes one of them. Hooray. And that's how she becomes the cat person. And such a cool figure, or such a cool character. And then they decided to make this into an action figure, and that's this right here. So I decided, you know what? I am going to get one. In fact, I actually ended up buying 3 of them for customizations, because not only do I want this figure for my Marvel line to go with, Spider-Man and friends, but I also want it to go with my Thundercats line. Thundercats, because she's a cat lady. And then I also wanted to compare her to Cheetah, just to see how she looks next to her as well. And then we got some cat people in the He-Man line too, and so wanted to kind of do a comparison on that as well. So as we open this figure and check her out, we'll be comparing her to other figures in different lines to see how she matches up. And then we'll also take a look at the comic again and see how she matches to the comic. All right. Hey, Mike. Thanks for joining us. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at her. So there she is in the box. Pretty cool looking with a secondary head. So I got some hot water ready just in case the head is not wanting to be removed. She comes with extra fists, so you can have open hands or fists. I'm going to leave her claw open hands. That's way cool looking, as you can see in the picture right here, the way they have her, which is so reminiscent of the comic book. And then on the back, it tells her storyline. There's the same graphic again. Fast feline reflexes. And what is that? A prehensile tail. Not sure. Makes Tigra a dazzling force to be reckoned with. And then it goes into other other languages. Wow, it's been a long day today. Sorry, you guys. I started really early today, and I am just a little bit out of it. So it's made for, calls out the ages in the top up there. And let's go ahead and open this. Now, I was hoping it would be one that could be resealable. Sometimes they are being it stacked up because it actually has the plastic in between two layers of cardboard. So it's not sitting on top. So I was hoping that if you were careful, you could rip that off without causing too much damage. All right, time to cut around. Oop, almost cut my cord to my microphone. That would have ended our video. So let's just go ahead and cut this. Ugh. Oh, there goes Lion-O. Ta-da! Da, 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 da. Now she is a little darker orange than I would like for my taste. As you can see in the comic, she's a lighter orange, almost more like a tan orange, as opposed to such a dark orange here. And then also in the comic, she is, there we go, a much lighter, almost yellowish orange. So quite a bit difference in coloring for the figure and the comic. So that's okay though. She's still really, really cool. Let's bust her out of here. Well, careful with the cat's tail. There we go. All right, let's talk about articulation. So she has ankle articulation. Wow, it's really tight. Ooh, there we go. And then it also pivots too. Double knee joints. Wow, those are really tight joints too. I'm gonna have to stick her in hot water, I think. An uppercut for the thigh. That joint's really nice there. Uppercut for her abdomen, so she can do all kinds of cool bends and twists. And then she has wrist articulation, double jointed elbows that are also stuck. A bicep cut, it looks like, yep. And then shoulder articulation, which is a little bit stuck. There we go. And then her head also moves too. Her hair is kind of rubbery hard, so you can move it around. Let's go ahead and pop her head off. Ooh, wow, that is a large ball joint for that. And let's stick her more menacing, scary face on there. Ooh. Okay, it's a little bit tight. I'm going to drop her head in the water really quick. Bloop. That's sitting in there. Let's go ahead and drop her legs in there too to get her knees loosened up and her elbows. Oh, her tail articulation. Just, wow. It's just stuck in there with... There we go. Yeah, it's just jammed in there. And it looks like it's not supposed to rotate at all. It has a flat spot on it, so I think it's supposed to just go at that angle like that, and that's it. If I try to rotate it, it kind of gets stuck. So I don't think it's made to rotate. And I wonder if it's actually glued in there at one time, or if they forgot to glue it, or they decided not to glue it. So I'll just pull the tail off right now. All right. Let's go ahead and get our elbows fixed first. Just drop her in that hot water. And once we get our elbows fixed and her head on, then we'll go ahead and compare her to other figures in different lines. Oh, Jake is a cool buy, man. Yeah, Mike, I think you'll like him. It's cool with the Thundercats is they actually fit so well with the He-Man figures that even if you didn't want to use some of the figures for Thundercats, you could use them with He-Man. I mean, they'd be great He-Man bad guys, a lot of them too. All right, let's see if we can get her elbows. There we go. Da, 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 da. Now, as you guys know, I'm not a huge fan of the double jointed elbows because signs it really ruins the aesthetic right there where they connect. But being her arms are so small, it's not that big of a deal. I can live with it. I'll probably just use the bottom half of the joint most of the time. That seems to be more than enough articulation there. Yeah, you don't need too much of the other joint at all. Let's get her knees going. Then we'll fish her head out of the bottom and put it on. Just fish that out now while those knees are warming up. There we go. And that's the head I'm going to keep on her. I like the hairstyle much better on that one. And for those that are watching my videos, you know how important hair is to me. So there you go. Yep. And there is her double jointed knees. She does some pretty cool kicks and moves and crazy attacks. You know, I wonder if I can put this hair on this head. That'd be the coolest. See the difference? So if I could get that hair on this head, that'd really be cool. All right, let's go ahead and compare her in size and style. I'm not going to use the fists. Like I said, I like the open hands. Oh, excuse me. So next to Lion-O, there she is. Quite a bit smaller. Now, not only is she smaller, but her head is so much smaller too. It just looks kind of weird. So even if she was smaller in stature, her head is so much smaller, it does look out of scale and kind of freakishly weird because it makes Lion-O's head look like it's monstrously huge. So I may not use her with the Thundercats just because of the head size difference. I'll have to wait till we get our first female Lion Cat figure next year to see how she looks next to a female figure. All right. And when we get to, of course, she looks just fine next to Spider-Man and his amazing friends. So, which of course is the line she's made for, so that makes sense. Angelica, get in there. Ta-da! So they fit just right. But again, they were made for that line. Oh. And of course, for the He-Man line, we have the same kind of issue with the larger heads. You can see even the female head's much larger. Let's see how she looks next to Classics. Not Classics. Next to Origins. Stand. Her feet are so small. So here we go next to an Origins male character. Now the female characters in Origins have much smaller heads. It almost looks like they kind of don't match. Let me go ahead and grab a female out of here. I was looking for Tila, but I guess Evelyn will have to suffice. And so she could just be a tall female in the Origins line. She actually fits pretty well, even head size wise. She's just a taller version. And I guess it's okay for a giant cat creature to be taller in the line. I'd be okay with that. So I guess if I had to stick her in a line, she fits best with, of course, the line she's made for. And then Origins, unfortunately, not my Classics that I was hoping I could put her with. All right, Evelyn, let's do a head swap on you. Hey, Juan, thanks for being with us. Hey, good to hear you got the dungeon today. Cool. Which one did you get? Did you get the lime green one or the other one? Probably the lime green one, because I sent that one out first. So our head does not fit very well on the Classics figure because it's size-wise it's great, but ball joint wise, it's made for a much bigger ball joint. But as far as size wise goes, it actually looks kind of cool. It does fit nicely for the size wise. A good new paint job on there, and some O-rings to make that a smaller hole, or some heat shrink tubing, and that would actually work pretty well. All right. Should I give Evelyn a tunnel? Tail? You know what? Oh, I put his hole too big in his back. I forgot where I put his hole at. That would have been funny to give Beast Man a tail in the right spot. All right. So that's pretty much all I have for this video. Stay tuned later. If time doesn't get away from me, I'll be doing the black Rit dye for my battle armor mosquito. So watch for that video. Lime green, nice. Yeah, she is a cool figure, don't get me wrong. And when I was a kid, like I said, when I was a kid, I used to love reading the comics. My brother let me borrow his Hulk and his Spider-Man and his other comics, and she was in the batch of his comics too. Very cool stuff. Yeah, the face sculpts are amazing on these. Look at the eyes. Look at the details on those eyes. That is quite impressive. Yep. Like I was saying, I kind of wish I could switch this hair for that hair. That is probably one of the customs I'm going to do. I'm not sure. If her head was bigger, actually, if she was just bigger all the way around, I'd probably keep and do more customizations on her. But it looks like I may have a couple of these to sell on eBay soon. Because like I said, I got 3, but I don't need 3. All right. So that's all I got for right now. Thanks for joining me, you guys. And I will see you guys next video. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll have some fun with some Rit dye later on tonight, maybe. Bye now.